Hey there. Today there is a third quarter moon in Virgo, and the moon also today forms squares with some planets in Sagittarius. So one of those squares is the sun, and that means moon square to the sun in a waning square is the third quarter moon. So that's today. And we also have, as the moon continues through Virgo, it will form a square to Mars and a eventually opposition to Saturn and Neptune. And actually, Mars is in the middle of that. So, opposition to Saturn, then a square to Mars, then an opposition to Neptune, all of it sort of within a few hours. Late Thursday night, early Friday morning Pacific time. I'm Marina Orms here with your Astro vibe for Thursday, December 11th. So with today's third quarter moon, we are 3/4 of the way through the current moon cycle that began with a potent Scorpio new moon on November 19th and 20th. That Scorpio new moon was opposite Uranus. So this whole moon cycle has brought these themes through of depth, Scorpio connecting to mystery, deeper transformative process, things moving below the surface. And that's the whole moon cycle, also bringing that Uranus energy to unfold throughout the moon cycle as well, because the chart of the new moon is something that we work with throughout the entire moon cycle until the next new moon. So this moon cycle has that Uranus in Taurus energy, 29 degrees Taurus. For Uranus, very potent placement, really shaking up the status quo. So destabilizing the ground we stand on, that planet of lightning bolts and earthquakes in the earthy sign that brings, so it destabilizes the foundations, the ground that we stand on, the places we find comfort, the old systems and structures and that we're used to, the way that we have fit into boxes and having the experience of those boxes kind of split open, right? Split apart. Whatever you thought was reality around you is shifting and changing in unexpected or unpredictable ways. So we're working through that energy this whole moon cycle. And with today's third quarter moon, we have a opportunity to steer something in the direction of where we want to go based on what we're learning, what's been uncovered and revealed throughout this moon cycle. The third quarter moon requires us to make a decision. And so does the first quarter moon. But the first quarter moon is a decision about action, direction, moving something forward. Whereas the third quarter moon is a decision about beliefs and identity and how we are going to understand things going forward, how we want to define them, how we want to contain what is changing, what we are becoming, what we are learning, so that we will carry that forward. And if we make choices that are in the higher, for the greater good, we can work toward the healing pathways that are opening up and continue to implement and to put things in place and to build those containers for what is changing, what is evolving, and what we want to become. So there's some energy surfacing today that has to do with asking the question, how do you want to do this? How do you want to be going forward? How do you want your life to be structured? Or what choices do you need to make to be and continue to grow into the person that you want to be, but also the life you want to have? And so making some decisions that will take you in a direction, right? So in other words, if you don't make the decision consciously, the decision will be made for you, and you might not like it. Right? So it's not about having to know the right answer. And I think that's a mistake we make sometimes. We feel like, oh, there's this pressure on me. I have to make a decision. I have to know what the right answer is. It's really more about making a conscious choice to say, oh, let me do something, make a decision, or choose a path that is in alignment with what feels true and right to me. And something might show up in your life where you need to make a decision about what feels true and right for you. And it could be very simple. It could be very much just like, I don't want to be the person in my family to go grocery shopping on Thursday nights anymore. I don't, right? Like, that's just an example, but it could be a simple decision, but it could be something that is in alignment with who you're becoming and what is true and right for you. So there's obviously lots of ways that could manifest. Just get curious about in your life, what is it that you need to choose or commit to in terms of the direction that you want your future to go. Okay. And then these squares and oppositions really highlighting the bigger picture of beliefs, of worldview, of who we are, how we view ourselves, how we view the world around us, and the lens that we choose to view that world around us. So also we had yesterday Neptune stationing direct. Neptune is still at 29 degrees Pisces and will be there until late January 2026. So we're still doing this work. This is a long-term process of opening our hearts, asking what we want the world to look like, what we want our lives to look like, and how can we move in that flow, right? So in other words, not just putting our fingers in our ears and going la la la, I don't want to think about it, and then you're gonna end up in whatever flow, right, that may or may not be functional, right? It could be more of a dysfunctional kind of direction that you're going in, but because you're not making that choice, you're getting carried in that direction by the currents, right, that be the currents that be. And so instead you're saying, no, I want to go this way, and you're choosing the current and the direction that you want to flow with. And so they're both flowing, but one is there for you to choose, and the other one is like you just get carried unconsciously, if that helps. So choosing on purpose and really looking at this bigger picture of what's important to you. Moon is in Virgo, so the mood of the day is practical, earthy, hands-on, detail-oriented. What do you need to fix or attend to or work on, fuss over, maybe? So a little bit of getting organized and putting things in order to support yourself in moving with this bigger flow that feels true and right for you. So just connect, with your intuition even. Does this feel right? Or if you imagine making a choice and going in a direction, does it make you feel smaller? Does it make you feel less free? Or does the choice feel open and spacious, right? Those are things you might feel in your body that are indications of what is true and right for you. Finally, Mercury is going into Sagittarius today. So that is also an important factor here, that Mercury has been, well, it went retrograde back into Scorpio. It's been in Scorpio for weeks now. So now it's back in Sagittarius. We're out of that deeper underworldy kind of feeling related to messages and information. And now we're more out in the open, more where we can wrap our minds around something and talk about it. So that Mercury in Sagittarius energy will also help us move forward. And Mercury, as the ruler of Virgo, works with the Virgo moon today to say, yeah, things begin to open up. They begin to be something we can talk about and understand a little bit more easily. And especially now that Mercury is direct and moving forward, not out of its shadow phase yet, but heading there. All right. Thanks for being here. I'm Marina Orms, and you could book a reading with me at astrologyheals.com. Check out my member site, transformationalastrology.com. While you're there, sign up for a free or paid account. And either way, you'll be notified when I post new content. So thanks for being here. And thank you for hitting the subscribe button. I really appreciate it and appreciate your support. And I am here every day with Astrology for Unshakable Self-Care. So I will see you next time. Bye for now.